Welcome everybody to week 21. We are going to continue to study another artist, and this artist is Pablo Picasso. I'm sure a lot of you all have heard of Pablo Picasso and his abstract art. So you all will see this page on your Canvas page. You all can either print it out or use it as a guide, but we'll be doing our work similar to that. And you also have some other examples as well. So I'm going to use some of these examples in our final product today. Today, as you see, also you have ideas and concepts to do your eyes. We're not going to do all of these. We're going to just do some of the eyes, like this one right here, the slanted, and possibly just the side profile nose. Okay, but all these things are on your page. And here are your steps that we have right here. We're going to move along a little bit similar to the step. We might do a different nose, but the steps are very close and very similar. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is on our paper. We're going to make sure we have our paper vertically, not horizontal this time. Let's practice with our pencil and use our pencil as always to set up our drawing. Okay? So we are going to start, like I said, a little differently than the steps that we have, but we're going to get very close to the steps. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, because we are going to have hair on this person that we're doing, so I'm going to just do a shape like this. All right, so an oval shape at the, or half oval shape at the top. Okay, we are going to come down, okay, and then we're going to come in and come in. Okay, so that'll match up like that. Make sure it's, you know, pretty the same on both sides. Just make sure to check. That's why I said do it in pencil first, because that way you want to make sure that everything is parallel, just about. Okay. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add that nose. Now, like I said, the nose on our paper that we are doing your steps might be a little bit different than this nose. So I'm going to show you. We are going to bring our nose down we're going to go about midway right here, and we're going to make a nose just like this. Okay, that nose, it's going to be just like that. We are going to bring it up as a rectangular shape. And we're going to come up like this. Okay. Now, that nose is going to come off from our eyebrows. Our eyebrows are going to come off of the, right close to the face. And then we're going to do that one the same. Just bring another arch around. Now, on this one, I'm going to go up a little bit more. And the arch is going to come out like this. Okay, so the eyebrows do not match, but it's okay. Like I said, that's what abstract and doing it in a similar way that Picasso would do. Okay, so now I'm going to add the eyes. Now watch this. For this eye, I'm going to do now yours can be, I want you to remember the types of lines we've done before in the past. It's going to be in that type of format like that with my line. And that's a zigzag line. Okay, now I'm going to arch like this to make my one eye this way. It's going to be an oval shape. Okay, all right, and then I'm going to then double that line in there to make another oval. Like I said, I'm going to give you some examples, and you can go, and based on all those examples, you can do what you want to. Here's my pupil inside of my eye. And I might make my pupil a spiral inside of there. Okay? Now, the next one, I'm going to do a little bit different than that. I'm going to actually just decide to do a double line like this. And a double line like this. Okay, so like I said, it's totally different than the other one. Totally different. With this one, I'm going to then bring in some vertical lines going down like this. And then I'm going to bring in that curved line again. And this eye, I'm going to make it a lot different. So I'm going to go like this. And then it's going to be just like this with this eye. Okay, so that's that part of my face. I have not finished because I'm going to add some just different designs. So I might add on this side a flower. You can do a spiral, you can do whatever you want to. I'm just going to do just an abstract flower. Okay, and then on this side, I might decide to do just an abstract design. Okay, so that's like that on that one. From here, I can go and do any kind of designs or things that I want to do. I might decide to do my hair. I might decide to just do it off. I mean, you can do a lot of different things. Okay, so let's get ready for our mouth. Now, in a abstract format with the way Picasso does, he brings the line down. I'm going to do the normal abstract type of mouth, which is I'm going to just go like this. This side might be smaller, and this side you see is a little arched. So I'm going to then bring in the mouth like this, close it off there. Then this side is going to be like this, and I'm going to close it off like this. Okay. Now here goes my line coming down. Okay. Now, you now are going to add your neck. So your neck is going to come just like we've done in the past with the neck. It's going to come just like this, if you see there. And my neck, I can do some designs on here. I'm going to add a line down the middle. I'm going to then bring in I'm going to do a V-neck, because mine is going to be a woman. Like I said, you can make yours a man or a woman or a girl or a boy. Okay. This one I'm going to bring a collar that's similar to like this. And I might do double ruffles. So that's almost like the way we did our mermaid. Collar, okay. And I'm going to then add some designs on the shirt. So I might add a line on this side going curved like that. Okay, and on this side I might decide to do something else. So I'm going to maybe do and then some circles. And you can repeat your patterns and do anything you want to do. All right, so now let's talk about how you want to do your hair. I'm going to do my hair just kind of off the top and start here. And this one is going to come a little different because it's going to be just a different way that I'm going to do that. All right, now in here I'm going to maybe possibly do that. Hope everybody enjoyed the snow and the ice and snow. Okay, as you see, I'm doing this on the one side. Okay. Now on this side, I might just want to do wavy lines like this. Okay. And then if I want to add anything else, I can. I think I'm going to do some more when I decide to do the different designs that I'm doing in this part once I outline. So now we're going to outline her or him in black. Then we're going to possibly get to use markers and crayons and color pencils, whatever you want to use. Okay. So remember, we always outline in Sharpie. Getting rid of all my erasers. I didn't really have a lot of erasers, so now you know when you go in, I'm going to go in and I might just add some extra things that I might want to add after the fact, because I'm using my Sharpie as my final. So you can clean up anything you need to. As you see, I'm going to clean up those petals. Now I'm going to do like this. Now I'm not going to do everything in the black once I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and change up and add some color. But I'm going to go ahead and finish outlining. Great job on your quilt designs. I looked at some of those. Please don't forget to hand them in or drop them off into the email or in Artsonia. Now, if you've forgotten the types of line, you can always, I think you're able to go back. If not, look up on the internet types of lines and decide to do what types of lines you want to do for this project. Now, inside of here, you can do something too. Like I said, I might end up using some different colors as I get inside. I'm going to add some circles in here. The point of this project is to make it as abstract as possible. As abstract as possible. You want to make sure that it doesn't have to look symmetrical. It's going to look abstract. It's going to be just as funny looking as you want it to be. Be very careful when you do outline, because you don't want it to do what I just did right there. Okay, I'm going to go around here now. And like I said, if you don't hit your lines, it's okay. Just make sure you go back and erase any of the areas to make corrections on. I like to hold my paper so that way I can make sure that I am not making the paper move, so that way I don't bump my lines. And I do like the fact that when you go back and outline, you can correct any things that you want to fix or change up. Then you go back and erase. Okay, now I think I'm going to go outside there a little bit with another line going around, and I'm going to be very careful because this line is going to probably hit the outside the page. Okay, and if I want to do another one, I can. All right, let's pick up this one. Now, if you're a guy and you want to have your hair to go up like that, you can too. Or if you want it to be a crown, you can do that, or it's up to you. I know I do a lot of what I would do, but I want you to take your time, make it abstract, make it fun. All right, I'm going to go around. And that's the fun thing about art. You can always change something up. After you've done it, you can change it and make it look different. Okay, all right, now let's go get into this bottom part here. I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to bring in my shoulders. Okay, I'm going to add some dots in there like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on this part. And I always say with this, the more the designs, the better. So now I might add some rectangle shape, and then I might add some scallops, rectangle shape, scallops. Okay, and rectangle shapes. Okay, so that way it's totally abstract. Now I'm going to come up here, and I think I'm going to add some different design elements up here. So say for instance, I might decide to do this. Okay, for that part. And then let's see, I might decide to do something else. I might just add a zigzag shape here, And then maybe some oval shapes like that. Okay, so you're totally abstract out. Now if I decide, I'm going to come in like this to bring in that nose a little bit more. And then I know I'm going to add probably color to do that zigzag, but yeah, I'm going to add color. Okay, so here's where you can go in with your markers and have fun. So let's decide, because I don't use a lot of markers when we do projects. So, first let's erase. Make sure my eraser is doing an okay job. This eraser is kind of going out on me. I need to have another eraser handy, but go ahead and start erasing. And it's okay, since we're using markers today, if it doesn't go all the way away, because most of it's going to get covered up, but you want to try to do the best you can to get rid of any extra pencil lines. And this is going to be such a vibrant picture once you're done doing it in marker. It's almost like therapy doing one of these types of things like this, because like I said, you can make it like a coloring page and just have fun with it. All right, so let's get started. I think I'm going to make my lips red, make that a solid color. Can everybody see me? All right, take your time. Now, if you'd like to do, say for instance, I'm going to do the top lip, maybe one, or if you want to do both, it's up to you. I'm going to, I think those both red. I might do the bottom lip. No, I'm just going to stick with the red. Alright, so that's that part. Now let's go ahead and get into, it's going to be so much color, so I'm just going to pick anywhere and just start going for it. Now these markers that I got them from 5 and Below. You've got a 5 and Below near you, if you do, over there in Colonial Heights. These are really cool markers. They are, I think, Illy markers, and they have like a chiseled side to them. So after you're done with this project, if you have your family and they're able to get out and go to 5 and Below, I would definitely think about getting these types of markers. Also they have these as well, these chubby illustration markers that you can use too. So, but if you don't have access to do all that, it's okay. It's okay. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and find another area to use for this green. It's going to be lots of colors, so it doesn't matter where you work. Just have fun doing it. All right, I think I'm going to go into, I am going to add something on here, on this. Okay, I'm going to let that dry just a little bit, and I'll go to something else. Trying to leave those open so that way I can color them in. As you see, I'm gotta make sure I'm very careful to go around. Okay. Let's see, I'll bring this down here. Be very careful to watch where you add your different things, because you don't want to bump up and run across a color and then it'll bleed. That's a lot of times markers, they bleed. Alright, so I've gotten in there. I'm going to make this yellow inside of here. Okay, and maybe the other side, I'm going to start here. I'm going to do different colors in there. Like I said, this project you can go in all different directions. And it's going to take a little while for you to get it going and get it the way you want to. So just take your time. Now our inside of our eyes are normally not green, but like I said, because this is an abstract, you can do it however you want to. Okay. Now let's see, because we are going to do some cool, interesting techniques. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, let's see, one side is, yep, all right. And I'm going to show you after we put this layer in. Okay, I put that in there like that, and then I can go in and just kind of see, I'm using the side of my marker to create a texture. Okay. All right, that's that in there. Now let's go into the background back here. Let's see, I do want to separate my color, so yep, here we go. Just make sure not to get that on the nose. And you see, by adding those dots already, I have a semi-texture on this side, so I don't really have to do anything else on this side unless you want to. But like I said, you are able to do it however you want. Okay. use some of this color up here to alternate. And you can come down here and use it somewhere else. That's the one cool thing, is just, you know, just blend out those colors wherever you want to. Sorry, I don't have time lapse on my on my camera, but it's okay. Like I said, take your time, do what you need to do. And like I said, you can go in somewhere else and add color somewhere else with that same marker. And like I said, you can even go in with crayon, but I'm gonna try to stick with marker just as long as I can on this. Just kind of going in different directions, so that way I can just, whenever I have one color, I can just go and just hit different places with that one color. Okay, I'm going to do the hair with a different color, so I'm going to come down here. All right. Okay, and then coming in here. Okay, let's see, I might bring in the green right here. Okay, now right in here, I think I'm going to bring in the green as make them stripes. So let's get my my Sharpie back. And I'm going to double these lines right here. Okay. All right. Let's go in with another color. I need some dark blue in here, so let's do some dark blue in here. Okay. And like I said, I know a lot of people like markers. Markers, I like them, but they, when you're trying to get something done, sometimes they do a lot of streaking. And as you can tell, when you're trying to go through and you've got to keep going back over top of it because the color just doesn't want to respond for me sometimes. So, but those markers that I told you that came from 5 and below, they seem to do a lot more coverage than the Crayola does, or the Crayola markers do. Alright, so I'm going to keep going out here to fill in that outside edge there. Make sure I'm coming in that same area here. Alright, that's this. Continue this outer edge here. Okay, that's all the way around there on that side. Let's see, let's try some gray here. And it's okay if you have to repeat colors. It's not a problem, because you probably will have to repeat, of course. Oh, missed here. Those are very similar to the same color, so definitely make sure because when I'm looking at it, you think it's a lighter purple, but it's not. It's darker purple. I thought it was going to give me a lighter, because you do want to not have that same contrast beside each other. So that purple, I mean, it does pop a little bit, but it's not what I would have wanted to use. So let's go in here, and I'm going to bring that green back in here, right here on this side, so that way that will be the same. All right, now let's pick something to go at the top. fill in those two. Make some circles in here. You can always go back and add things that you need to add. So I know I'm doing that on there. Let's see. Now I'm going to try some of my Sharpies that I have here and see if I can get a little difference in the colors there. So that's like a light orange. See if I can get a peach here. Now, since my 5th graders missed this project doing it because we have a day off, and you want to go and possibly get some extra marker colors, and that goes for anybody. I mean, like I said, if you're able to, if your parents are able to let you go and get some extra, I mean, like I said, 5 and below, there's so many different variations of the markers that they have, and they do. They're very, very nice to have, just, you know, in general. But if you're not, like I said, use what you have. You can definitely always, you know, like I said, get different variations of color with what you use. So I'm going to start going into using some pink around here. And then, like I said, I'm not a big marker person, but I like to use the markers that have lots of different colors. I'm just going back and forth with this. And you don't have to use markers. You can use the crayons or colored pencils on this project. I like to give you options. Okay, so I've got that there. Alright, let's see how this light green does this time. This is a light green Sharpie. Let's see. Still lighter or darker than the normal, you know, lighter than the normal green, so it's okay. It works. Try to go and touch up any areas that you have with the white showing. You want to make sure to get all that. And like I said, this is a time project. This project takes some time when you're using markers. It's going to take time. If you notice, different markers have different chisels, meaning like this is a fine point. The other ones that I used have the slanted point. Crayolas have a chunky on one side and a fine at the tip. So you have different types of marker degrees. Okay, I'm going to come down here with some of that. Okay, now we're going to have to take care of some of this hair color. Come in here. And you can use these fine ones, fine point to the side to get more coverage. And my students always know when you are using markers on coloring pages, you want to make sure, if you are using Sharpies, to use them on smaller areas. Don't use them on larger areas because the Sharpies do run out quickly. And really that goes for any fine or small marker. Crayolas, the thicker ones, are used for larger areas. And if you feel like the coloring is taking a long time, you can always take a break and come back. Or like I said, if you feel like it's therapeutic, meaning that it's helping you with relaxation and stress, then keep going. Because that's what art is. Art is very therapeutic, very it helps you to relax your mind. And okay, so we got that part. I'm going to try this color right here. We're getting close. We've got just a few more things to do. The flower, the other side of the hair, and the rest of the clothing. But I might end up using some crayons, possibly. I don't know. We'll see how I do. It's come along pretty good. Let's see. I'm going to use some red out here on this part of the hair. Like I told you, this one has the dual side, so it has a chiseled side, if you can see that, chisel, and it also has a pointed side. Now, because this is a wider area, I am going to flip it and just use that chisel side to kind of see how it's going like that. And you can also do that with Crayolas. Crayolas do, like I said, they get a lot of your larger area in. And this one you can kind of turn it around. Just be careful not to go outside the edge like I just did. But I'm just stroking the strokes to the side like this to get in larger areas at a time. I actually bought my family these for Christmas, not thinking that they were going to be so cool. I haven't used them yet, so this is my first time using them with you all. And this one's going to take me all the way around to the edge. What I'm going to do, because that has an outline, I'm going to go like this. This is going to look so nice once everybody's done. So nice. Alright, I think I like that red and the way that red's looking, so I'm going to come in here. Oh, I didn't realize I had done every other one, so I'm just going to go over top of that to make that all one color. That. Alright, I think I'm going to come in here, because a lot of the thing is balance. I'm going to bring in some red down here on this top. I'm going to be very careful to go around the circles here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up the rest of the red down here. I think this is my longest lesson yet. And that's because markers, like I said, takes a while, plus the project being so multifaceted with the different colors. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now I'm just going to keep on going with some different things so that way we can just get this done. I'm going to go ahead and get this colored in. I'm going to take some of this on the outside of here. All right. And you can always go back in and add extra designs inside after you've colored it with your Sharpie. You can always do that, which I might end up doing after I'm done. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit, I don't know how that happened, but I see that you've got to be really careful with these markers. And it's okay. I don't mind extra things showing up because guess what? It's just going to add to the design. You're going to add to your design to make it as creative as you want it to be. Okay? So we're getting there. We're getting close. And since that kind of, let's see, what color do I want to use next? I think I'm going to do the outside in a lighter color. Let's see how this pink does. Okay, and I like it because it is kind of having a washed out kind of look, so if you want to do that, I mean with your markers, which I told you markers do anyway, it's okay. So I'm going back and forth over it. But this is the way Sharpies do. You've got to be really careful. Okay, so on one side is this pink, and I'm going to go back and fill in any little areas that I've missed. Okay, that's that side. All right, now I'm going to add some pink in here in this collar since I have it out. And I'm going to add some pink in here. All right, so let's, I want to do blue on that side, so I might try this. It's a little different color than that. So close though. I don't like the fact that it's so close to the neck, but it's a little different. Yep, it'll work. This is showing up like a turquoise. Be careful when you go in because as you see I hit that red. Be very careful. I'm going to go to the side instead of up and down. The best thing sometimes is to go around that edge, then to fill around. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Go around that edge to the side like that. So that way you've already had that done, and then all you have to do is just go back and forth to fill in. So you have to go back and forth because that streaking happens and you don't want that area to not be the same color as the other part. So take your time. Markers also do make it so your paper gets super wet. And hopefully you can take the smell, because markers do put out a odor. So that's why I said sometimes it's good to take a break. Okay, so that part of the background is filled in. The other part of the background is filled in. I think I'm going to add some of this to this flower. Okay, let's see. Pink to this flower. I think I'm going to add some pink in here because I'm starting to really, like I said, fill in areas so that way everything will be colored in. I'm going to add some blue down here because that way. There we go. And with this type of design, if you want to leave any area white, it's okay, because you can add that as an element. It doesn't have to all be. So I think I'm going to, like I said, leave these other two white, but since I've had those pink, I'm going to probably carry that pink out. Make it a darker pink so you can see. Okay, and leave that area white. Okay, I'm going to now carry the blue back over here too, because we are almost there. Be very careful so you don't get inside the circle. Okay, I see where, let's see, make sure that green on the end here goes all the way to the end. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to now add, let's see, maybe some gray. On alternate ones, it looks kind of black, but they're gray. And then I'll keep that other part white. Oh, we're almost there. Almost there. I'm going to make these yellow so they almost look white. Okay. All right, so let's get the top part of the head and then that bottom part right here, which is just so awkward because it's just one little section, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do that purple. And then we got to finish out the flower. This has been fun. Abstract with Pablo Picasso style inspired work. Okay, bring some purple in here, and there, and the other two I will make them blue. Okay, I want to pick a lighter color in there so that last part doesn't look like it's, so let's see, I think this was, I couldn't remember what color this was, I think this is a light pink. Alright, and now because that little outer part, let's see, how am I just going to follow that out with this and leave these little rings that are inside there. I might keep those white. Sorry of the scraping and the scratching of this paper with the marker. Sometimes that can bother people's ears, I know. So I apologize. Okay. Alright. Now, like I said, we are done on that part. If you want to add anything else to, say for instance, I might decide to add some spirals to the back part of there. You can. And if you have a skinnier Sharpie, you may use that. But I'm just kind of doing that. Let's see, I'm going to add some dots down here. And I might add some dots going there. I'm going to possibly add some larger circles here. And maybe some lines here. But it's up to you. Like I said, there's so many elements that you've already gotten in here. If you don't want to add any extra lines, you don't have to. But I just said, you know what? I think it's fun and it makes things pop a little bit. So I did. If you wanted to just kind of play around with shapes, you can. Okay. All right, there you are. And like always, just sign. And you see I kind of put it along the design so that way I wouldn't take away from my design, or put it so that way somewhere you can't, you don't want to take it away from your beautiful design that you've done. So like I said, have fun with this, and whatever else you want to add, you can do that. It's up to you. Have fun. This is a great project, a great design type of feature you can do with Pablo Picasso. Talking about him this week, studying him. You can go in and look at some other things about him. And like I said, he's a fabulous artist, and you're going to have a fabulous time doing this. Have a great week. Looking forward to week 22 next week. So I'll see you next week. Thank you for today.